What's up, Go To Ones? Frank from Go To Guild here, checking out DryMerge. Let's see what it's about. Automate work with plain English. Okay. Describe your workflow in plain English and let DryMerge automate it for you in seconds. So, what I'm envisioning is a what's it called? Zapier. I describe because of the logos I'm seeing. I'm imagining hey, I want to go to NBA.com, get the rankings for MVP, and send it in Slack every morning at 10:02, something like that. Um, that's what I'm imagining. I feel like I'm not sure if that's really the type of thing they're talking about. I feel like the copy could be a little bit more descriptive. I feel like I'm kind of just guessing a little bit. Yeah, I mean, the site looks good, but it feels pretty bare. And do I fully understand what DryMerge is? Not really from this beginning part. So I'm gonna give it a 6.7, just because I feel a little bit lost, and I'm not nothing about that inspires me yet. So let's see the rest of the page. No more wasted hours on repetitive tasks. Let DryMerge take care of the busy work. Sales lead notification. Whenever I get a new sales lead in Salesforce, text me a notification with the lead details so I can follow up quickly. Meeting summaries. After my weekly meeting, automatically email key insights and action items to stakeholders who weren't present. So one of the things I've seen, obviously, a lot of these things are flushed out into full products. Like the meeting summaries thing, like there's a company that does, like Heyday does just this, right? So I think to compete with a Heyday, a user would have to craft like a very, very detailed prompt to do that. So I think for some of these, like you're not going to get a better meeting summary than Heyday because that's like all that they're thinking about. So my question, if I was running DryMerge, I would try to ask myself, what are the scenarios that are important enough that somebody want to get it done, but not important enough that a company would base their whole business on solving that smaller issue that someone has, if that makes sense. Um, because when I look at this example, it's like you're not going to be a better meeting summary than that one. Maybe it gets you like 70% of the way, and that might be enough for some people. But if it's mission critical, people will probably shift to a fully focused product. Customer service escalations. Where customer sends multiple angry emails in a row, notify my manager so he can step in and de-escalate. I wonder how. I mean, I guess my question, just out of curiosity, is how are they understanding the capabilities of all these different services, and how does it decide which to use? Yeah, I'm just curious how, like, what I'd want to see here is this then broken down into what are the actual action steps that come from this. Because I can imagine a lot of scenarios where this could be useful. It seems like this should be the front end for Zapier, right? Workflow automation with no headache. DryMerge allows your internal teams to automate repetitive workflows with simple natural language instructions. Our chatbot listens to descriptions of processes and automatically handles the implementation without engineering work. Don't know what this image is. It's kind of irrelevant. No need to submit tickets only for engineering. Chatbot handles API integrations and logic. Seamless software integrations. I need an exam. Play. Show me how. So I'm not going to sign up. Pricing $24 per user per month. Unlimited active automations. Yeah, I feel like I'm not seeing. That's what I want to see. I want to see the like actual. It's like there was like a search company that broke things down and showed them these are the steps that we are taking This is how we understood your query. This is how we broke it down into multiple other queries. And this is how we are creating actions around it. I think people need to see what that is. This is just a quick website, obviously, with some AI images that are pretty useless. Unbeatable product analytics. Yeah, I mean, this is cool, but I need to just see it. If I were them, I would break these out. I would have a full list of integrations. I would have some focus pages for different industries, and maybe even like for some of these, just like a button. This is like, maybe this is exactly what you need. Maybe that's kind of the format people would want. Just be able to quickly click on something that someone else has already done. Page is pretty short, but there's enough info on there. I think the images are pretty useless, but I have like a general idea of what they do. I'm curious to see their show HN or launch HN. So this was a couple days ago, and there's always a huge difference between what people actually, how they describe it in like a paragraph format like this versus on their website. So let's see if this gives more info. Tool to automate workflows. For example, user could say, when I get an email from a potential customer, add their details to a Google Sheet and send me a text. And DryMerge sets that up end to end in seconds. Other examples might be when I finish a Google Meet with a customer, recording issues reported in linear. And every morning 9 a.m., text me a summary of my calendar events for the day. There's a video walkthrough. That is not on the website. I don't know why.
At Wilkes, we know you're capable of more.
With DryMerge, you create automations with plain English. To make this possible, an LLM chooses from our library of triggers and actions. Now, an LLM configures each step, defining any filters, data transformations, and arguments necessary to complete this workflow. We even check a few times to make sure everything looks right. Once that's done, the user is presented with a plan and a form. That looks good to me.
Yeah, at least this part, some portion of this should be on.
Next, let's
either as just like a screenshot so people can see like, okay, this is what kind of output looks like, or just like show this video. This video is okay.
automatically forward receipts to finance. If you ever need to edit a workflow, you can adjust the form or just use the chat. Once you've created a workflow, you can test and tweak it with natural language. To see if we have an integration or can support your use case, feel free to ask in our chat. Please try it out and see what you can automate. Thanks.
Yeah, I wonder about the parts that aren't Zapier like what are the things that Zapier doesn't do that are capable in something like this? It's like the reasoning and understanding. I wonder if there's a component of that could give us a little bit more independence from that type of tool, or like Tray.io and others. We initially set out to build a dev tool for API integration. While building an integration space, we realized existing workflow automation tools have a few key limitations. They still force users to do a lot of work, like navigate through a sea of menus, break down their workflow into discrete steps, manually configure data transformations. This led us to explore how we can make workflow automation way simpler by letting users describe what they want in plain English, and having AI take care of the automation step, replacing no-code GUIs and scripts. Under the hood, DryMerge has two key components. The semantic layer uses LLMs to interpret the user's requests and map it to a series of predefined triggers and actions. A data plane that orchestrates the actual execution, complete with smart field mapping, conditional logic, and human-in-the-loop checks. Nice. As a user describes a workflow, our semantic layer generates multiple candidate plans, scores them, and selects the best based on prior successful or failed workflows. It extracts key entities and fields needed, and auto-generates a simple form for the user to fill in any missing details. Users can iteratively describe, tweak, and test their workflow in the same chat. Okay. I'm starting to understand a little bit. The data plane then subscribes to the relevant event streams, executes the workflow steps, and handles gnarly aspects like pagination, retries, that typical stuff. We allow the semantic layer to delegate some values for runtime dependency injection from the data plane. That is not plain English. To handle open-ended logic like classifying an email as urgent or summarizing a Google Meet transcript. We integrate with 14 common services. We'll love for you to try it out and share what you think. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. So I feel like this gave me a more full understanding of kind of what's happening under the hood. It's kind of predictable. But I guess the benefit is in like longer workflows, not having to like do all this work to like set it up might make things a little bit easier. I guess I haven't done complex workflows like this or anything like that in Zapier recently. So it's not something that's top of mind for me, but I'm assuming if people are creating like a workflow that's important, they're willing to spend a little bit of time on it. I think this is a great tool for making it simple and maybe lower the barrier for making it feel like you can create a workflow. I think that's probably the important part. Like anybody in the business can say, okay, I kind of want this like custom report, and instead of having to ask somebody to do it, now as a company I can say, you have access to DryMerge, use it to do XYZ things. Yeah, I think more of this needs to go on the website.
Spectrum Business.
But seems like a cool idea. Wish them well. Check them out. DryMerge.com if you want to create some new workflows with natural language. Give them a shot. As always, check us out. Go to Gil.com if you want product marketing or customer feedback support on your business. This is what I do. Brush your teeth, walk in the corner. Denbo is out.